You are good.
Because you don't need me. Just where you stand, where you go. SCCTV, we're here at the County Council Chambers. Mr. Johnny Wright, council member. Tell us about tonight's proceeding and the proclamation you talked about who these people are.
Well, we are so grateful that they showed up tonight, all of them looking real nice.
And who are they?
They are the EMS, and this is the leader of, and this is her training officer. And I just can't say enough about what they do for the county. She's a professional person. She's done a good job at improving the EMS services that we have. And I hope the public can recognize the kind of people that they have doing that and coming out of those situations where we have emergencies, as was explained by the administrator. You know, everybody can't do that, you know, because they just couldn't take it. And so we want to thank them very much.
It's more than a job, it's a calling.
Yes, sir. It's definitely a special service.
Saving lives is really important, and I know you guys do that each and every day. Tell us about how important the job is to you and your family. I know it's kind of hard on your family from time to time.
It's very hard. I've been doing this for a long time. Started back in 1992, and just being here for the community is important.
Now, you're a lead training officer. Tell us about that, and tell us about, are we getting the type of recruits you'd like to see?
So me as the training officer develop and implement the training for Orangeburg County EMS. We're doing really, really great things, adding new things, modernizing different technologies and stuff, and just trying to improve patient care throughout the county.
What can citizens do to help your job work better? Anything at all? Anything you think of?
Move to the right.
Move to the right. Make good decisions.
Thank you all. Thank you all so very much. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a proclamation, and the first one is for emergency medical service for children. I'll ask Ms. Frazier to read that one for me, please.
Good evening. EMS Week, May 18th through 24th, 2025. Thank you all for standing. Love it. Emergency Medical Services for Children, EMSC Day Proclamation. Whereas 35 million children receive emergency medical care each year due to illness or injury. And whereas the needs of children are different than the needs of adults in medical emergencies. And whereas the goal of emergency medical services for children is to help states and communities prepare for an emergency involving a child by helping emergency medical services, EMS, agencies and emergency departments become pediatric ready. And whereas the Emergency Medical Service for Children program supports research and improvement to drive transformation of emergency care systems, including the pre-hospital setting. And whereas Emergency Medical Services for Children relies on its established partnership within the EMS community, as well as multidisciplinary teams of providers across the emergency care continuum to help states and communities reduce child and youth disabilities and death due to severe illness or injury. And whereas Emergency Medical Services for Children, the hundreds of thousands of pre-hospital and hospital-based clinicians it serves, the professional organization and federal agencies with which it patterns, and the patients and families it engages, are committed to collaborating to ensure high-quality emergency care for children. And whereas it is proper and timely to bring recognition to the value and accomplishment of emergency medical services for children and the dedicated personnel who work tirelessly to improve the delivery of pediatric care across emergency care systems. Now therefore, do hereby proclaim the date of May the 21st, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services for Children, EMSC Day, as part of a National EMS Week in Orangeburg County, South Carolina, and urge all citizens and healthcare professionals serving in pediatric population to celebrate EMS Week's 2025 theme. We care for everyone to become familiar with emergency medical services for children, its programs and activities in our state and nationally, and to support and participate in educational and outreach programs to increase their knowledge of best practices in pediatric medical care. In testimony thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and cause to be affixed the great seal of the County of Orangeburg this 21st day, this 19th day of 2025 of May. Johnny Wright, Orangeburg County Council Chairperson, Harold Young, Orangeburg County Administrator, and attest by Connie Portie, Clerk of Court of Council.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Frazier. And before we vote on that, we also have one for EMS Week, and I will read that, and then we will vote on both of those proclamations. It said EMS Week, May 18th through 24th, 2025. We care for everyone. To designate the week of May 18th to 25th, 2025 as Emergency Medical Service Week, whereas emergency medical service is a vital public service, and whereas the members of the emergency medical service teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness, or injury. And whereas emergency medical service fills healthcare gaps by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventive medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine. Whereas the emergency medical service system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, and administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. We have members of the emergency medical care medical service teams, whether career or volunteer, engaging thousands of hours of specialized training, continuous education to enhance their life-saving skills, and whereas it is appropriate, as recognized the value and the accomplishment of emergency medical services provided by designating the Emergency Medical Service Week. Now, therefore, the County Council for Orangeburg County, in recognition of this event, do hereby proclaim the week of May 18th to 24th, 2025 as Emergency Medical Service Week. 51st anniversary of EMS Week theme is EMS Week. We care for everyone. I encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities in honor of the EMS professions and the essential service it provides. Johnny Wright, Orangeburg County Council Chair, Connie Portie, Clerk to Council, and Harold Young, Orangeburg County Administrator. Could I get a motion and a second to approve these two proclamations?
Yeah.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith and second by either Castor or Ms. Frazier. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, and the motion is carried. The next item.
I'm Harvey Elwood for SCCTV and 93.7 People Station.